Pinjie, so I'm here to share out my senior thesis research presentation I shared today. So throughout the presentation, we'll have a better learning of the experience working from home. So here's kind of a quick timeline for the overall project. So the problem statement for my project is for many people around the world, working from home is new realities. The outbreak has made it impossible for many industries to resume work, and home workers need an easy way to working from home and to reduce interruptions and increases productivities. And the hypothesis for my project's design product service system that allows people to working from home and minimize their instructions and help to increase their work productivities. And let's talk a little bit about like working from home. What's working from home experience and what is the home office? So the working from home is becoming a popular experience even before the pandemics. As a working from home employees, they don't have physical interactions with others or like feel the office culture regularly. So their experience will differ from the office-based employees. That means that working from home employees have to be extra disciplined and organized, manage working hours, and dealing with the external factors. So what are kind of like difference between working from office and working from home? So when you're working from office, you need to spend at least 27 minutes on daily commutes and even getting worse. But if you're working from home, it saves you a lot of time to like commute because there's zero commuting during the day. So face-to-face communication turns to video calls, messages, and emails. Short conversations and turn to many Slack messages. When you're working from office, you can finish your work on time, but when you're working from home, you might need overtime work. Depends on your family situations. Sometimes you need taking care of your kids. So when you're working from office, there's no family distractions, but there will be having office distractions. But when you work from home, there's no office distractions. It will have family distractions. And the market size. So there are certainly 4.7 million employees in the US who are working from home at least half the times, and working from home has increased 44% in the last 5 years, and nearly 90% of people saying that they feel more productive when they're working from home. And more than 2.7 million students across the United States are taking part in digital learnings, and 7% of US workers have access to flexible workplace benefits or telework. Demographics. So I started kind of looking into these working from home groups. So the average age for the designers is 40.5 years old, and the average age for tech workers are 42 years old, and 40.66% of family households had children under age of 18 living in the household. And here's Owen. So he graduated from the Royal College of Art, and he's now working in Straddle as a product designer because of the outbreak, and their company is moving to the working from home mode too. And meanwhile, his son is also doing remote learning. It makes everything more challenge because like his kids will disrupt him during the meetings, and he don't have dedicated working space. So there's no separation between like home and office. So his goal is trying to keep track of everything and trying to create work from home space that can have a separation with home and office. So what are some solutions people come up with after having the pandemics and how people are dealing with these situations? So I started like market research with these three categories. So the first one, third space. So even a lot of people are working from home, but they like to get out of home and to work. So they will go to Starbucks or other Wi-Fi enabled establishment with actual tables, chairs. It helps simulate the work environment for them, and that usually helps them work better than the silence. So Starbucks lunch. COVID-19 has leading like fewer and fewer customer visiting store, and most choosing their placing order online or to go. So the traditional off coffee social space can be no longer meet complex diverse needs for customers. So Starbucks started exploring shared office co-working mode, which is known as third space, and then it's designed for business and office workers. And Smart Lounge divide to like space into like window-sized single work area, semi-enclosed compartment, and paid private compartments, and shared conference tables. And then with Smart Lounge shared office space, they equipped with like hooks for everyone to hang their carry-on bags, and then they also equipped with charging ports in all seats, as well as power rental service, so the customer can stay longer. They also have other options with station work booth with a better soundproof effect and provide the private experience. And the second one is the backyard office. So backyard office let you have the experience that benefit of the home office just stepping from your back doors, and there are 5 types of the backyard office. So first one, repurposed studios. So you're using existing shade or cabinet to converting inside space into small office areas, and prefab options, DIY backyard studios, and the hyper backyard office. So for the hyper backyard office, are you like buying a brand new shade or workshop from an existing hardware shop? You will like however ask the builder to make certain like the adjustment to fit garden office model, so such as like adding a desk space, changing like layout, and using like different style doors or windows. And the last one will be shipping containers. So like shipping container that can be purchased and then turned into a backyard model like outdoor office. And here's like 2 companies that they're doing like backyard office. So the Oxbox Prefab Studios are offering like easy options to adding that additional square footage to your like humble adult. And the Prefab Cube features clean, minimal designs with inexpensive glass front to keep the compact interior engaged in surrounding. And they come in like 2 sizes, 106 and 106 and 146 square feet, and then it providing a flex space that can be used as an office space. And the Haiyan. So Haiyan are state-of-the-art space solutions for business, schools, and homes. And then it will take less than an hour to complete installation, and the starting cost for this will be around like $20,000. And last one is the office pod. So office pod is kind of like reduce like noises from outside when you work in the office. So ideal for like individuals or small groups use, and then they can also be easily moving around with like different locations in office. So for the first one, aesthetic sittings are having like high back sofas and chairs, and then offer quieter space to enjoy like your coffees or brainstorming. And second one, work hubs, flexible workspace offering an office when needed service for working from home workers. Office stands, it's a small room in the house where people can pursue activities in private. And office screens are like quite useful to divide working area and grant some privacy to like the user. And the last one would be phone booth pods, a small enclosed area for making phone calls or other video conference. And in this emerging market, so many companies are start making like office pods, like my office pod. So they are like more focused on like keeping things simple, offering customer the best pod, and then they're giving out information about the pod, give the customer choices on the colors, styles, materials. So like everything is choosing by customers, and they got different types of pods, and then with the different sizes pod. And for the brooms, so each brooms uses soundproofing materials made out over 1,000 recycled plastic bottles. And a standard meeting room starts at like $15,000, 90 high, and the pro meeting rooms around like $18,000, and has all like features of the standard model plus extras. And the air inside the room is replenished every 60 seconds, which is 5 times more often than traditional conference room. And here are like the people that who are working from home. The first one will be Vicky, and Vicky, she's like married with 1 kid, and then she's an early childhood education. So start with like Vicky's day. So she's trying to get everything done before by like 9:30, because she and her husband have meetings on 10 and 10:30. So at meeting, they both need kind of like take turn taking care of the kids, and then one person need have like always keep eyes on the kids, and then with 2 separate working rooms. And then on 12:30 start have meetings, but Vicky always need like extra time to finish their work. And then 1:15 it's nap time for kids, so that's like the time that they get most of work done. And then she's trying to get all the work done before by 6 p.m. So some challenge that she's having is like her kids will always interrupt like her during the meetings, and kids spend like more time to watching TVs, and there's no shared workspace because they're now using the bedroom and a sofa as like 2 separate working room. So something that a Vicky needs are multiple purpose room, that which can be 2 separate workspace for video conference and work, and then need to be soundproof when they're doing video conference, and aesthetic with clear windows, so she can always keep eyes on kids while she's like working, and then lighter colors for matching the color of the overall rooms. And here's Kurt. So he's married, and he's now living in New York City, and he's now like 100% working from home. So he gets up like 7:30 and have everything done before 9, and then start working at 9 to noon. At 12 o'clock, his wife's begin to prepare like lunch, so he's having like short lunch break, and continue working until like 6. And some challenge that for him was there's no room separation, because he's now living in apartment, so living room, kitchens, and the working area are connected. So like all noises can affect him, and there's noisy from the outside during the traffic time around like 5, and needs to be saturated on one space, because sometimes his meeting is going to one day long. So needs for Kurt was space, so separation between home and office. So he had kind of like one corner for like the home office, and it doesn't have to be big, because just need to fit like the desk and himself, and easy setup, so it can be easy moving around, because some of the time like his meeting will be like one day long, so there's needs like going in different places to work, and suitable for like apartment too. And Jared, so he's married with 2 kids, and he has a working from home, as well as he has 2 younger sons are also doing school remotely. So beginning in the morning, so 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock through 11:30, he needs to like help his kids doing their classwork, and sometimes depends on their amount of the work that they done. So they might taking them out for the park, and then he usually starts work at 12, because he's like in like very special situations, since like his wife will work normally, so he got taking care of 2 boys on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday while she's not home. So like his schedule is kind of like a little bit different on each days. And on Wednesday, there will between like 12 to 6, there's like class meeting on Wednesday for their kids. So each meetings is about like 30 minutes, and there was 3 time meetings. So he needs like see next by them, and then helping them setting up the computers, and then paying attention to them and then around like 5 to 6, making dinners and do the houseworks that need to be done. So for some challenge for Jerry was his kids will interrupt him during the meetings, even that if you tell them to not do so and then just write down the questions and he can help them later, but they'll, because they're kids, so they'll still kind of interrupt him. So there's no dedicated working space. Sometimes their kids are doing science class, so he'll work at kitchen, and sometimes their kids are reading, so he'll spend time on sofa, and always need extra time to helping their younger sons with his class conference, because his younger son's only first grade, so you need to pay attention on what he's doing, and communication with children. So something Jerry that needs with variety, so which is multiple purpose usage for kids. So like if you or like that himself, so when you're not using it, it can be turned into reading rooms or other activities rooms. So it can be open and closed while you're using or not. And interactions. He thinks there's it's not enough of physical and visual interactions when their kids are studying school. They learn like not only ABCs, but they're learning social skills and how kids are communication with others. But there's are things that the they can do right now. So they can have any PE classes, lunch with friends, and teamwork. So there needs to be something interactions with parents and kids. Kids love to being surround them, and then interactions with kids. So for my next steps will be brainstorm and develop concepts and determine the value models and develop the value models. Okay, thank you for your time.